Now, a top Trump official has referred the man you see right next to me, California Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell, to the Justice Department for an investigation into alleged tax and mortgage fraud. At the same time, though, the DOJ is joining a lawsuit to block California's new congressional map. CBS News Justice Department reporter Jake Rosen joins us now from our D.C. bureau to help us understand that and the bigger picture. Jake, good morning to you. First, tell us about these allegations against Representative Swalwell and how significant it is considering other opponents of Trump also being investigated.
Good morning, Errol. Well, this recommendation is simply that, just a recommendation by Bill Pulte, who runs a federal housing commission, who has recommended a number of Democrats for prosecution, some of which have been prosecuted. Think of Letitia James, who was just challenging her indictment in court yesterday and will continue to do so over the next couple of weeks ahead of a trial in Virginia. At the same time, this specific recommendation involves Eric Swalwell and a house that he owns here in Washington, D.C. There's our allegations, again, unfounded, just for now a recommendation to the Department of Justice to potentially prosecute him at a criminal level for potentially misusing both potentially a mortgage application and commit mortgage fraud, but also potentially taking advantage of a tax loophole that some congressional Republicans or congressional members, are able to get because they have multiple houses. They live part-time in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, think of it like that, and also live in their home districts. Swalwell is one of the few people who is still a very vocal critic of President Trump and actually has a pending lawsuit against him. He sued President Trump for civil damages after January 6th. That lawsuit is still continuing, and in a statement, Swalwell challenged President Trump to, quote, do better and be better, and said he expected this to have come actually earlier. We'll see whether the Department of Justice actually chooses to indict Swalwell, although I should just point out, Adam Schiff, another California senator, has also been recommended over the same premise of potentially misusing mortgage funds, and also Lisa Cook, that federal governor, who's also been recommended.
Right. All right. And on the other point, Jake, California's new congressional maps are now the focus of this DOJ lawsuit. And I'm trying to understand why the administration thinks what California is doing is wrong, but what Texas has done is right.
That's right. The California GOP sued recently after these maps and Prop 50 was passed by California voters. This allows California to move forward with redistricting its congressional districts ahead of the next wave of elections. The Trump administration alleges in these court filings that it joined yesterday that there are specific ways that California did this that potentially violate race-based discrimination, specifically in terms of redistricting these maps based on race. The Trump administration is saying that this is illegal, violates civil rights laws and also voting rights laws. At the same time, we should remember that the Trump administration kickstarted this kind of push to redistrict across both Republican and Democratic states after Texas, Missouri, North Carolina, Ohio, all moved to redistrict and kind of push out Democrat-held seats. California did this to counter that. We know this is also going on in Virginia and other places as well. We'll see where this potentially falls. However, the Department of Justice has specifically said that in those cases, those Republican cases, there was no race-based potential aggregating or moving these districts around. And then this specific California model, even the person who designed the map said that there was some factor of race-based involvement in shifting these districts to favor Democrats.
Very important topic our viewers should be aware of. Jake Rosen, thank you so much. Great to see you.